Statistics in Media Reports. This lesson is by Tanvi and Deevya. So, statistics is a practice of collecting, organizing, and representing large amounts of numerical data. Statistics are seen everywhere. Organizations, as well as whole countries, use statistics to base some of their most important decisions, as they are persuasive and seen as true representations of organized data. So, however, this is not always the case. Benjamin Disraeli, late Prime Minister of Great Britain, once said, "There are three types of lies, damn lies, and statistics." This quote was meant to emphasize the deceiving but persuasive power of statistics. Misleading statistics are misused groups of data that give wrong impressions to the reader, causing them to believe something that might actually be true. The misuse of statistics could be intentional or accidental, leading into misleading information. Furthermore, there are several types of misuses that can occur. In this lesson, we'll be talking about four major misleading statistics. Some of them include issues due to sampling and non-sampling errors, proof of a null hypothesis, data dredging or manipulation, and misleading data visualization in graphs. Sampling and non-sampling error is one of the major factors in misleading statistics in reports. It includes issues in biased samples, sampling size, overgeneralization, loaded questions, and misinterpretation of questions in the surveys that are being conducted for collecting statistics. In the advertisement of Colgate provides an excellent example of biased sample and a misrepresentative survey. Colgate made a claim on its advertising billboard that more than 80% of dentists recommend Colgate. This was a misrepresentative survey because the survey allowed its participants to choose more than one toothpaste brand. This claim would be understood by readers that 80% of the dentists prefer Colgate above all other brands, when in reality, other competitor brands would be recommended just as much as Colgate brand by the dentists surveyed. In addition to this, when conducting surveys, the way questions are asked play a crucial role in the answers that the poller receives. For example, when asking about opinions on tax, the question could be worded as, "Do you believe that you should be taxed so other citizens don't have to work?" Or, "Do you think that government should help those people who cannot find work?" It's very evident that the answers to these questions would produce completely different responses from the same person. Therefore, it is important to pose impartial questions that do not cause the respondent to lean towards a certain answer. The chosen sample size and selective bias is also an example of misleading statistics. Choosing a smaller sample size would create misleading visual representations of the data. It would not give results as accurate as a larger sample size would. Another factor that should be addressed is correlation is not causation. In other words, one cannot prove a null hypothesis. You could take two completely unrelated variables and find that there is a correlation between them. For example, ice cream sales and shark attacks. Any sensible person would easily identify the fact that shark attacks do not increase ice cream sales, but maybe another variable like weather could. During summer months, more people buy ice cream and go to the beach and have swim and cool off. This could result to an increase in ice cream sales and shark attacks. These false correlations could mislead the public. Another common practice of statistics is the omission of anomalous data, which causes the manipulation of data. Some could pick out only certain points of a large set of data supporting their views and leave out the ones that contradict them. In this example, a higher value efficiency H is being added for some reason. Statistics could be visualized in a way that makes readers interpret something that is not true. In these situations, elements such as scale, starting point, the type of graph could come into play. For example, the two graphs could have the same data but different y-axis. This could cause a dramatic change in visuals. Here is a real-life example where statistics were abused to lend false support arguments, more specifically when the vertical scale is too big or too small or skips numbers, doesn't start at zero, the graph isn't labeled properly, or even the data is left out. In the end, there are strategies that you can utilize to avoid falling in the trap of misleading statistics. The number one strategy is to do more research and always make a checklist that has questions when you are analyzing before posting a statistics or reading a statistic. Firstly, Always look for the source and reliability, authority of the source of the statistic. Question if the statistics is biased or insignificant, and even if the statistic is skewed properly, purposefully, or even misinterpreted in the graph. In conclusion, misleading statistics are common in media reports in the form of misleading data visualization, sampling and non sampling errors, data manipulation, and other factors which can cause and lead to the interpretation of misleading information, which will heavily harm reports and influence a negative conclusion. It is crucial to avoid misleading statistics by maintaining a checklist of questions to consider before reading or posing or posting a statistic.